A very good afternoon to you and welcome to Lunchtime News, coming to you live and direct from the Newsfirst studios here in Colombo. I'm Krishan Devasagayam and let's start off with a look at this afternoon's headlines. More rains expected in the coming days. Oil leak that erupted in the main pipeline carrying oil from the Colombo port to Kulannava brought under control. Former DIG Anurasena Nayaka released on bail after a period of over 1 year. 12 DIGs and senior DIGs transferred with immediate effect. At least 36 bodies retrieved from a casino complex in Manila, Philippines. In your lead story this afternoon and in weather-related news, now the Met Department predicts rainy conditions in the southwestern parts of the country to enhance to a certain extent during the course of today. Showers are predicted in the western, Sabragamur, southern, central and northwestern provinces, and heavy rainfalls exceeding 100 millimeters can be expected in certain places, including the Colombo, Kalutara, Gampaha, Ratnapura, Kurunegala and Kegalle districts. Showers or thunder showers are also forecast in the eastern, over north-central provinces, particularly in the afternoon. The Met Department says that fairly strong winds exceeding 50 kilometers per hour can be expected during showers. Now, the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy states that the water levels of reservoirs have increased to 40% from 27% due to the heavy rains experienced over the past week. Media spokesperson of the Ministry of Power and Renewable Energy, Sulakshana Javardhana, said that due to the rains experienced over the country, the water levels of reservoirs in catchment areas have increased to 40.4%. The water levels of the main reservoirs are as follows. Now, the current water level at the Castlereagh Reservoir is at 58%, while at Mausikale it is close to 53%. The water level at the Kotmale Dam is close to 52%, while the Victoria Reservoir has marked a water level of 28.5%. Meanwhile, Randanigala marks a water level of 39%, while the Samanalavawa Reservoir has a water level of 33.2%. Currently, the country is producing an average of 25 to 30% of the daily power requirements of the country through hydropower electricity. The leak that occurred on the main pipeline of the Ceylon Petroleum Corporation that carries crude oil from the Colombo port to Kulannava has been brought under control. Chairman of the Marine Environment Protection Authority, Rear Admiral Rohana Pereira, said that steps are being taken to remove the layer of oil that had leaked into the sea. Inspections were carried out this morning to determine if crude oil that had leaked last night had reached the shore. However, the chairman of the MEPA noted that inspections carried out from Negombo to Mount Lavinia proved negative for leaked crude oil. An Indian national who attempted to smuggle 14 kilograms of gold from Sri Lanka to India by boat has been arrested in the seas of the east coast of Sri Lanka. The suspect was apprehended by the Indian Navy as he was travelling by boat. Following initial investigations, another 2 suspects allegedly involved in a racket where gold is smuggled from Sri Lanka to India were arrested by authorities. The arrested suspects are to be produced before the Tuticorin court today. In another headline-making story this afternoon, 12 DIGs and senior DIGs have been transferred with immediate effect. Police headquarters stated that these transfers were made upon the recommendations of the Inspector General of Police and have been approved by the National Police Commission. Thereby, senior DIGs Jagat Gunawardena, YRW Vijay Gunawardena and KERL Fernando were transferred. DIGs P. Munasinghe, RL Kodituaku, SC Madavatta, PPSM Dharmaratna, WK Jailath and KP Fernando were also transferred. The police headquarters also announced that DIGs Priyantha Jayakodi, IHKW Silva and MWCK Alhakon are also on the list of transferred officials. Bail was granted to former senior DIG Anurasena Nayaka, who was in remand custody for over a year in connection to concealing evidence on the Wasim Tajuddin murder investigation. Bail was granted by the Colombo High Court when a bail application submitted by Anurasena Nayaka was taken up for consideration. Anurasena Naika was ordered to post cash bail amounting to 1 million rupees and 3 sureties amounting to 5 million rupees each. The Colombo High Court judge also ordered Anurasena Naika to appear before the Criminal Investigations Department on every Sunday. Anurasena Naika has been barred from travelling overseas and was ordered to hand in his passport to court. The judge also informed Sena Naika that bail will be rescinded if he attempts to influence the investigations or witnesses involved in the case. And on that note, we wrap up this edition of Lunchtime News. We'll be back again at 1:55 with more of the very latest.